Are describing what Detroit does best. They play defense, have the best scoring defense in this playoffs right now, but obviously down the stretch ended up being the difference. They dug themselves in that 17-point hole. We saw the Cavaliers lead it by as many as 17 in the third quarter. They got back into it, but just didn't have enough towards the end of the game. You think the takeaway for JB and the Pistons should be what from Game 3 to make it different, a different result in Game 4?
Well, that they can play on the road. They can compete on the road at a high level. They could go into Cleveland and win this game tonight if they take care of the ball. I thought they played a somewhat fair game in Game 3, but when it got down to it, they were only, 2 points away from really taking over that game. But then Cade had those turnovers late in the game that really cost them. And what James did was capitalize. I mean, he completed his last 3 shots to close out that game. He was really efficient. And I think just for Detroit, if they get back to the basics, just the simple things of, being who they are, who their identity is, being a physical basketball team, taking care of the basketball, I think what Cade does on the basketball court and what he does for this team, they could come out with this victory tonight.
Cade had 3 turnovers in the final 3 minutes. That's what T-Mac is kind of pointing to a little bit, alluding to there, and that was the difference down the stretch.
And I also think Detroit is a very good basketball team, and we've talked about this a couple of times, is that they're going to need someone to like Tobias Harris has played great, and I think
Duncan Robinson has been great.
But Cade's usage is at a high level, at a high rate. So the first 3 quarters, they're going to have to find other ways to utilize their team to have a fresh Cade Cunningham in the fourth where he can just dominate. And I think he got mentally fatigued. And late in the game, he's still going to play, he's still going to score, he's still going to be one of the best, but they're trying to accomplish something bigger than just one game. So I just think, like you mentioned Duncan Robinson. Dennis is going to have to play better for them. And this guy here, I always go back to Jalen Duren. I think the pick and roll and what he brings to the table makes the game easier for Cade because of his ability to roll and score in the paint. So there's a lot of guys that's going to have to play a role early in the game to make the game easier for Cade late.
And speaking of pick and roll, I think Cade has to trust Duren a little bit more in the pick and roll when he's being faced with those double teams. I think he got to trust Tobias a little bit more on those pick and pops. I think he got to trust Duncan Robinson being in the corner a little bit more. I just think Cade got to just really see the game a little bit more. I do think he got mentally fatigued in that Game 3. He got bogged down, he got tired. I think we'll see a different Cade today. I think we'll see a more refreshed Cade. I think we will see a Cade who watched the film over and over and over and over to see where his turnovers. I think Cade understands and hear the noise about his turnover ratio, right? And I think he'll correct that today.
I want to speak on Jalen Duren because he averaged 19 points
and averaging
in the regular season. Averaged just 10. So let's speak to that. Why do you think he had such a huge drop-off? I mean, obviously, all the attention is on Cade. Are they not featuring him on the pick and rolls? He's not making himself available. He's not finishing when he gets the ball.
Getting the looks he normally gets?
Because 19 in the regular season and averaging 10 right now, that is a huge drop-off.
I wanted to look up his foul average because I think early in the games, you saw the clips there, he had some silly fouls early where he loses his aggressiveness. And we saw in Game 1, he was ultra aggressive where he drew 3 quick fouls on Jared Allen, and he was effective. And you're like, oh, here he is. This is a series for him. And I just think there are some of the fouls and then some of the missed shots. He's still a young guy.
I was going to that.
Sometimes it still gets into your mind.
I was going to the fact that he still don't understand or how to make game-by-game adjustments. Being a young player, right? One game you fouling too much. You fouling early, unnecessary fouls. One game you trying to figure it out. You're trying to score. You don't know how to get a bucket. I just think he's trying to figure out too much in these playoffs, and it's because of his lack of experience that we're seeing that. And some days he's here, some days he's not. But that drop-off that you're talking about, to go from where he was at regular season to go to 10 points. And that's 9, almost 8, 9 points that a drop-off, right? So you got to figure out a way how to close that gap if you're Jalen Duren.
He's a first-time All-Star, just his 4th season. We saw maybe a little bit of the matchup, Wendell Carter and him going against each other in that first series. We wondered how he'd do against Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, and so far it's been the same. Good news for Detroit is Tobias Harris and how much he's stepped up in scoring so far this postseason for them.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to tonight's meaningful moment from AT&T. Came on this day, 19 years ago, May 11, 2007. You ready, guys?
Ooh,
when Baron Davis did this.
Good goodness.
Watch your head. Hey,
Listen, this Warriors team.
Sorry,
different.
That's that believe. That's that believe.
Yeah, that believe team. They were different.
We believe.
They were disrespectful out there.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it one more time.
Hey, he's one of my favorite point guards of all time.
Yeah.
So explosive.
That's fun. That's not taunting. Not at all.
No.
Get it to
Not back then.
Imagine him in today's game.
You what? You think so?
No. I say imagine BD in today.
Gotcha. I got you. Donovan Mitchell, he's in today's game, had his best game in Game 3 so far of this postseason, looking to do it again and tie up the series at 2-2 with the Pistons. Tonight on Prime, it's going to be the Thunder going for the sweep against the Lakers. And tomorrow, guess what? We're not going anywhere. We sleep here.
What?
Yes, Game 5 between the Timberwolves and Spurs on NBC and Peacock. That series is all tied up after Minnesota's win last night, and obviously a big part of the Wolves pulling out that win last night.
Here for it.
Yeah, the ejection of Victor Wembanyama. That happened with 8:39 left to play in the second quarter. He received a flagrant 2 after that elbow to Naz Reid. Remember, he wasn't sure exactly what happened. He said, what does that mean? I'm ejected. Okay.
Yeah, you going, Wemby.
Then I'm going to go ahead and go to the locker room. He dapped everyone up on his way to the locker room, did not return to the game.
Yeah, you were tripping.
Let's take a listen to what his head coach, Mitch Johnson, had to say after the game.
I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. Again, not in terms of hitting Naz Reid, but let me be very clear about that. I'm glad Naz Reid was okay, and I didn't want him to elbow him, but he's going to have to protect himself if they're not. And I think it's disgusting.
So it's sounding to me like there's something differently you'd like to see from the officials in the way they officiate him.
I just think that the amount of physicality that people play with him, at some level, you have to protect yourself. Every single play on every single part of the floor, people are trying to impose their physicality on him. I get it. We get it. That's part of the game. But at some stage, he's gotten chucked, he's gotten pushed down in transition, running freely, all the stuff. He doesn't complain one time. We don't complain because we're just going to play. We don't really give a excuse my language. But at some stage, he should be protected. And if not, he's going to have to protect himself. And unfortunately, stuff like that happens.
Okay, so Mitch Johnson doing exactly what he's supposed to do, protect his superstar player when he steps up to the podium after something like that happens. But do we agree with the sentiment that he's giving us, that Wemby has to protect himself at some point, not necessarily with that action, but what's your reaction to hearing Mitch on the podium?
I do believe that he has to protect himself. Let's say that. The player has to protect himself. I just think that situation, that elbow, it was just a... It was a bad moment. It was just a reaction. Like, I don't think it was intentional. You know, I think it was intentional because he was the level of frustration that Wemby got to. They are being physical with him. That's the MO. That's the game plan. Beat Wemby up. Be physical with him. He's young. See if he can take the level of physicality. But I will say that it's a blessing that he didn't get suspended because I've been in situations where one of those moves can either go left or it can go right for you, right? You can bounce back quick, or it can mess you up. And I just hope that he learns from this quick, get over it, and be ready for the next game.
You know what I think he got lucky is it didn't escalate to anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jaded
right?
kind of,
Yeah, because if that would have escalated to something, then we'll be looking at a bigger penalty. But, I mean, I stand with the coach. You know what I mean? Like, he does have to protect himself because he is the prize, and everyone is gunning at the prize and trying to frustrate him at any capacity. But in that situation, he has to keep his cool because he's so vital to his team.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't think you retaliate like that. There's other ways to where you could get your get back within the game. There's a game within the game, and, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on in those trenches, and he's down in those trenches. It's a way to get back when you feel frustrated and feel like you're targeted. That's just not the way to do it, though.
Yeah.
I think he's learning the difference between regular season basketball and playoff basketball. I think we all understood
Good call,
once we got
yeah.
to playoff basketball, it's more physical, less foul calls, and you have to figure out how to play through those.
And he's only played 7 playoff games.
Absolutely.
That's his
That's
third
Welcome
road
to the
game.
playoffs. Yeah.
Right. That's his third road game.
Yeah,
so
it's
I-
definitely a young, like he's a young superstar mistake. I would say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's going to come with it in the future. And if they move on, he'll understand. And every level, it's going to get more physical and tougher.
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of how playoff basketball is. And when you're a star, a superstar, possibly could be the face of the league. Well, guess what? People want to make their mark off of you somehow.
Yeah.
So he has to learn how to
And
keep it.
Minnesota ain't backing down.
Not at all. They're
It's gonna happen
coming
again.
for you. And that was coming off. Remember, Wemby had the 39 points, 15 rebounds, 5 block games.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were able to frustrate him, get him ejected for the first time ever in his career, they're ready. The Timberwolves are coming, and that's what they're coming for. Game 5. We're going to have that right here on our air on NBC and Peacock Tuesday, 8 Eastern, with the series all tied up, and we are headed back to San Antonio. It's most certainly going to be a fun one. Okay, let's get into the Thunder and the Lakers. The Thunder, OKC. You guys love talking about this game, so let's get into it again. The OKC is looking for the sweep. They haven't lost a game so far this postseason. They haven't looked like they've slowed down. Maybe the one small caveat, Shea has not been as efficient as we're used to seeing him this series. But you expect to see what?
Well, I wouldn't say he hasn't been efficient. The last game, he was 7 for 13. To me, that's efficient. It's just
The scoring's down, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse me, excuse me.
the scoring is down because all the attention is to slow Shea down. But the Lakers have been doing everything you can ask for them to do. Now, I do think DeAndre Ayton needs to be not a little bit better. He needs to be a lot better to give these guys a chance to win. And that's them Lakers playing perfect basketball. But come on, let's be real. Okay. OKC has too much, man. Even with Shea numbers being down slightly, you still have Case and Wallace. You still have Isaiah Joe. Caruso. I mean, guys are coming from all angles. Just getting opportunities.
The Lakers are laughing in their locker room.
I mean, listen, I respect JJ. I respect JJ and LeBron James, but they don't have enough.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I would say that because OKC is such a great team from top to bottom, and the Lakers they don't have enough. You know, and that's just what it comes down to. And I'm not even talking about Shea. Yeah, Shea numbers is down, but I think to me, Shea understands what's going on. You know what? This going to be a series where I know they're going to corral me. I know they're going to trap me. I know they're going to double team. I'm gonna get up off this ball and let everybody else have a good time.
AJ.
Yeah, let me get the AJ.
Let me get the Chet.
And you
He's
talking
been
about
great.
OKC is getting from everywhere. From Chet to AJ Mitchell, who had his career night in Game 3. SJ had 23, and now we call that a light night.
Yeah.
Right? in Game 3. So the Lakers, they trying to slow him down. That's been their focus in this series, to slow Shea down. But they just have too much. You don't have 10, 11 guys on that team to play against OKC. Yeah, you don't have a chance.
I got an opportunity to play on the 09-10 Magic team, and we won our first 8 games. And that was kind of our focus, is trying to stay focused. Yes, we understood we were good enough and we would beat teams, but doing it the right way, making sure everybody's healthy, and getting, like you said, some of these other guys. I mean, you talking about an OKC team that's extremely deep, but getting other guys the opportunity to play in the system in case you need them. And that was important, is because we ran into a Boston Celtics team where we had to go deep into the bench because of just situational basketball, and that's where they're now. I think the bigger picture for them is take care of business, get guys experience, and move on.
Yeah, and get some rest. Then you sit there and you watch the Timberwolves, watch the Spurs. Y'all go Game 7. You do whatever you got to do. J-Dub's been resting. We done unlocked AJ Mitchell.
AJ hooping, man.
Hooping right now. All right, let's get it to Jay Croucher because he's back in the building.
What up, Jay?
For today's star player parlay from DraftKings Sportsbook. Jay, who do you like?
Yeah, I'll kick us off with Duncan Robinson to score 12-plus points. Whatever Robinson's limitations are on defense, the Pistons have clearly made the assessment that the trade-off is worth it because of the value that he brings on offense with his shooting, with his ability to space the floor. He's played 36 and 37 minutes the past 2 games. He's averaging 17 a game in this series. Who's going to be passing him the ball? Probably Cade Cunningham. We'll take him for 8+ plus assists. Cade seeing different defensive coverages this series. The Cavs, they're switching less than the Magic did. That has activated Cade more as a passer. He's had 10 assists in each of the last 2 games. And then final leg, Donovan Mitchell, 5+ rebounds. Not known as a rebounder, but Mitchell is actually leading the Cavs in rebounding this series. That's maybe not ideal, but Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, they're working so hard to box out Jalen Duren and the Detroit frontcourt. Mitchell really using his athleticism to sky in for defensive rebounds. He's leaving it all out there, playing a ton of minutes. I think he'll get 5 tonight, Maria.
All right, appreciate it, Jay. Your job here is done. And we're going to stay for the rest of the evening, and so is Cade Cunningham. He's coming off his second career playoff triple-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, by the way, in Game 3. That's light work for Cade. We wanted you to hear the melodic voices of Noah Eagle, Grant Hill, and Robbie Hummel, who called Game 3, and they're back for more. I'm curious, guys, the storylines you guys are following here tonight.
Yeah, Maria, I think just an intriguing series overall of what we've seen so far through the first 3 games. Everything has been close. Everything's been highly contested. You've heard words like battle and war and devastation in a lot of senses from these coaches and the players. But for Cleveland, so much to really hang their hat on. The home crowd provided an impressive spark plug, but James Harden down the stretch. There were so many questions going into Game 3. He really delivered.
He really did. Played big time isolation basketball down the stretch. 2:30 left. They went to Harden. He delivered. Of course, this has been about the fourth quarter. Who can execute in the fourth quarter typically wins. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, they were dogs in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they most certainly will. And I think Detroit's been called dogs all year because of the way that they've played. 60-win season, all the pressure of being on #1 seed. They come back from 3-1 in that first round. And when you're around them and you meet with JB Bickerstaff and you're around the play, there's no panic right now with this team.
Well, they're still a very confident group, and I think a group that understands that they maybe let that one get away. You know, not cashing in on second chances, some of the fourth quarter turnovers that led to runouts for Cleveland. But this group understands that when you defend and you're tough in the way that this group has been all season long, you can always hang your hat on that. And whether it's JB Bickerstaff or it's this entire team, they know that at some point that defense will come through and they're going to make their run, and that's what we saw in Game 3. Just didn't close it out in the fourth.
But so much credit to Paul Reed for the way that he played in Game 3, and JB Bickerstaff has said it. He's always ready. No matter what the situation was prior, he comes in and provides a huge spark.
Well, and he's been doing that all season long. Whether he plays 1 minute and then doesn't play for 10 games, he comes back out there. That dude, if he's on the floor, he is balling out.
I just love. I knew if I teed you up on Paul Reed, it was a guarantee that if he is out there, he balls.
He will hoop.
That is your go-to. He balls, as do you guys in the studio. Shout out to the Cousins pod. Shout out Mello, Go Juice, Maria. We appreciate your guys.
Nice signing off like that. Gotta drop the mic, first of all. Actually, Noah, I have a question for you. What's the off day in Cleveland looking like for y'all? What's the team dinner situation?
I know what Grant's doing.
I was going to say, hold on.
Flats.
Robbie, do you want to tell them what you did?
Are you a bad teammate?
No, I'm a great teammate.
I think he's a bad teammate. We've seen that multiple times this year.
Yeah, Robbie doesn't really like it when I toss things his way. Grant did see the Michael movie. Do you have a score?
Oh, okay.
I give it a 10.
10?
Okay.
Yes.
10.
Very good. Go see it.
You're not going to say it was off the wall?
It was a
Take
thriller.
them off
Come on,
TV.
man. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a thriller.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Didn't mean to create any strife between the team before the game gets started. Y'all are doing great. Can't wait to hear your call. I know, in Game 4. Hey, listen, that's what you're going to hear a little bit later today. Cleveland right now, they are trying to tie up this series in Game 4. The Lakers taking on OKC. Obviously, the Thunder looking for a sweep, having lost so far this postseason. The Knicks, meanwhile, the only team that has punched their ticket to the conference finals, and they did it in a pretty amazing fashion. By the way, this postseason, their average margin of victory, you got to take your glasses off and clean them, Mello? Yeah, because that graphic is like, wow, is that real?
No, it's real. No, it's real. It's real. It's real. It's real.
It's actually happening,
We
Mello.
standing on
Let's
it.
talk about it. Stand on it. What has impressed you most, let's say, especially from the most recent series against the 76ers for the Knicks?
The timing of the team coming together, playing the way that they've been playing, them figuring it out. And I mean, when I say them, I mean from Coach Brown all the way down to their bench, to the last player on the team, on the roster. They got a chance to come together, go up against a tired Philadelphia team, a battered Philadelphia team, 4-0, didn't blink, sweep. And now they get a chance to just sit back and watch and see who they're going to play. But they get a chance to scout both teams right now, right? And they got time to practice. They got time to get healthy. They won that series without OG in the last in game 4, right? Deuce McBride come out with 7 threes early in the game. I mean, you just don't know where it's going. Mikal Bridges, we talked about him in the first series. This series, he's been alive. He's been playing the way we know him. We know he should be playing. His shot's been falling, right? That little midi that he got he's been hitting that, and I think that allowed him to just get some confidence. But overall, the team has to be feeling good right now.
Yeah, we talked about Mikal Bridges and talk about how he was struggling in the regular season. And for me, in the playoffs, it's how you get yourself going is being able to get some easy ones, to see that ball go in the basket a few times. And I think what Mike Brown did, and he probably don't even know that he was doing this when he put that ball in Cat's hands, what it will unlock. And it unlocks so much of their offense for other guys, not just for Cat, but even for a guy like Mikal Bridges. And we was talking about in that Philly series, you see him flying up and down the court now in transition, looking for the ball.
Yeah.
He was running.
He was just running through.
But he wasn't looking for it.
The best number, the first 5 games of the series, and we had a moment we talked about Mikal Bridges, but he was averaging just 17 points. The last 5 games, he's been averaging 19 points, shooting at 68% from the field. So you're talking about some of those shots that he's seeing going in, and they're easy, good, and efficient shots. So it's been working out for him. And Cat, during the 7-game win streak, he's leading the team in assists.
Yeah. He is.
That's a big change.
It really is a big change. And you guys talked about all the players and everything. I tend to gravitate to the coach because coaches must be willing to make game or series adjustments. And he did just that for the good of Cat and the good of Bridges. And I think that speaks a lot of his willingness to do so and understanding. Either I do that or we lose the first round to the Hawks. Either I do that or we don't play well and we have ourselves a dogfight against the Philly because we give them opportunity. And he was able to just, like you said it, unlock their offense in general. Yeah. Took a piece of what Golden State would do and just open the floor up. And Cat, either you have your driving lane, you make the right play, or you exploit your matchup. And they got all of the above.
I'm gonna feel like we were being heard.
I was going there, Mac. I was going there because we were up here talking about, listen, this is the offense they should be running. And how do they implement Cat into being a part of the offense early? You can't play Cat and JB on opposite sides of the court. End of the game, you got to put those guys on the same side, let them go to work. The adjustment that I want to tip my hat to Mike Brown, putting Cat at the top of the key, this is how we get you involved in the offense early. We're going to play through you. The ball is going to go through you. You at the top of the key. We're going to let you pass the ball, get comfortable. You might miss a couple shots early, but we let you see the floor and we let you a part of the offense. And to me, that was the biggest adjustment that the Knicks made.
And what that does, right, it takes a lot of pressure off of Jalen Brunson. Because,
big time.
You know, before it was had the ball in Jalen's hand and he was creating all the opportunities, right? He was doing so much. Now you reserve him for the fourth quarter and he could be as great as he is at closing out games. So he was reserving his energy because you now have put Cat in a position to be the facilitator, to make those great decisions, and you have a closer that is going to be fresh closing out those
And lastly, the decision, like you said, play him up top. When you have a big, they put him up there. You can beat your big when you need to. But if they put a small, they didn't waste what Cat can do very well is put him in the post. And then he got to eating in the post. So just kudos to, obviously, Mike Brown and their team buying in, staying patient, and putting themselves in the conference final.
But why is Cat going to the post now? Because he feels a part of the offense.
Absolutely.
He
wants to go down
there.
Now he wants to go.
Before he was going down there.
Just to be there.
If a small guy was switching on him, he was clearing out. He was going opposite corner, letting JB work. Now he was going there. He's demanding
now
the
play
ball.
off of me.
It's a different mentality, different mindset that you have when you feel a part of the actual game.
Well, it's the right mentality. It's the right mindset. The Knicks going back to the Eastern Conference Final, back-to-back Eastern Conference finalists for the first time since '99 and 2000. You guys should get an iPad and get on someone's bench since y'all know everything you talk about. Y'all go ahead. Hey, Vince, what happened 25 years ago today?
I don't know.
You may or may not have
this
dropped
game.
50.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You remember now?
I do.
Game 3?
Man,
Eastern Conference
when I
Finals?
saw that first 3 go in, I was like, okay, that's 1.
Okay.
How many you hit first half?
8.
How many you finished with?
9.
You won the game? Y'all won, right?
Oh, we did. I was just Yeah, that was headband high socks.
And high side, high side. They should have known it was a problem. It's called a problem.
Yeah,
Y'all don't want that.
I mean, when are they going to come guard you? You already hit 5.
Watch this tip.
To yourself.
To the 3.
That's crazy.
Hands about to fall down.
Did you get an assist too?
The big
rebound.
the big shorts, with the long socks.
That was a 50-point night. Yeah, that's right. But this is I had to respond because AI, game 2 went crazy, and then
that was game 3, right?
That was game 3.
Game 3.
And then he came back.
And then he came back with 40-something. Yeah, man. It was. That was a fun series. That was a fun time. Like, I mean, I played in 22 years worth of basketball games, but that series versus the Sixers, no doubt. You talking about real competition there, boy.
Yeah, I love it.
Shout out to AI.
Career high for VC. We made fun of him so much yesterday for the face he was making at the draft lottery.
He made the same face.
Let's throw him a bone. He did.
Hey, you're right.
Stone cold killer.
Because we lost game 2, and I was like, all right, no, let me lock in.
No smiles.
Let me lock in. And then when it started making a few threes, and it was like, okay.
We in here. Okay, let's get to the keys to success for Cleveland. We know what VC's keys to success were: score a lot. But so far this postseason for Cleveland, being at home is an advantage. The Cavs have won all 5 home games and lost all 5 road games so far in the playoffs, averaging 19 more points at home, and they're looking to make it 6-0 at home in Game 4. Cleveland's Max Strus, he spoke with Ashley Shamity just moments ago.
All right, Max, before we talk about tonight's game, Kenny Atkins said you earned the play of the game, the winning play in Game 3. Just with all you've been through to get back from injury, what does it mean to you to be able to impact a game like you do?
It means the world. Whatever that is on a nightly basis, I'm just trying to do to try to give our team the best chance to win the game. Whether that's simply just bringing energy, bringing intensity, making shots, defending, rebounding, whatever it is, I'm just looking forward to making that next play and help us win games.
Speaking of defending, though, what is it about how you defend that just exhausts your opponents, I feel like, on a nightly basis?
I just have no quit. It doesn't really matter to me if they score, or I'm just going to make it as hard as possible and keep going. I think that's just my will is just kind of unmatched. I will go until I literally physically can't anymore, and sometimes that wears on guys, and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm just going to give my best and keep going.
Finally, heading into tonight, you guys have protected home court thus far, but what is it going to come down to for this game to be able to even up the series before heading back to Detroit?
Yeah, a lot of the same things we did the other night. Got to still match their physicality, and we got to rebound better. But I think defensively, bringing that intensity, bringing the heart, and then we'll be inspired by our fans again tonight, and then rely on our 2 guys, James and Don, offensively to get us going, and keep relying on our bigs, Evan and Jay, and those guys carry the house, and we all just keep following. So hopefully, we'll have another good showing tonight and get a win and even this thing up.
Max, thank you so much. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting you set for Game 4, but before it tips off, please don't forget to get into the action with the Peacock scorecard. Select the scorecard tile and set your card and follow along on the Peacock app. And you might want to go ahead and grab Cade Cunningham for your scorecard. But Cade has struggled a little bit, guys, with turnovers. He had 8 in Game 3 loss at Cleveland, bringing his total to 58 through the first 10 games of this playoffs. That's the most in the NBA this postseason and the most over a 10-game span in a single playoff since turnovers were first tracked back in 1978. So for tonight's McDonald's Round Ball Roundup, we're going to talk to T-Mac about the lows of Cade Cunningham. Yes,
because if Cade wants to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, he has to take care of the ball. Yeah, we know that his usage is really, really heavy, but that's why he gets paid the big bucks. Right here, it's just mental, right? Mental lapse. And he just got himself in a predicament to where he cost his team a turnover right here. In crunch time situation, you see it's only 2 minutes left. Even the mascots say the ball is out on here, the bad turnover. Again, this is all mental fatigue. Taking the ball out under the basket where you actually can move under the basket. And another one coming off the pick and roll, doesn't extend out, throwing off your back leg. Jared Allen reads that perfectly. And I think for him, he has to get that help from Dennis. He's the one that relieved a lot of pressure from him in the games where he could relax, right? Dennis takes over the offense. But for Cade, he has to find a way to rest on the offensive end and not try to do too much because they need him in the fourth quarter to take over games. That ball is going to be in his hands. It's not going to be in anybody else's hands. So those mental lapses, he has to get rid of those, minimize those mistakes.
Okay, so 3 turnovers and 3 minutes for Cade Cunningham, and it was almost the exact opposite for James Harden. He had 9 points in the fourth quarter. He was 4 of 5 shooting and 1 turnover, and that was really the difference, VC, in Game 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, his mentality. I think he was annoyed by what's been saying about turnovers, but you see here, getting off the ball, making the right play, gets it back, 0 hesitation. As soon as he gets into his move, 1 dribble, into the paint, doing what Harden does, finishes at the rim against Big. Here, he's already seen a shot or 2 go in. You're up close to me. I feel good about my shot. He shoots. That was a foul and 1. Here's another one. Catching, no hesitation. He sees a guy closing out, attacks, off the glass, easy bucket. Decision making. Okay, now I'm in my bag. Okay, great defense, but now I'm using my body for my advantage, gets to his step back, knocks it down. Yes, he does all of those things, but he's still, let's not forget, James Harden does this for the bigs. Matt, you talked about this a lot, his ability to get the bigs easy opportunities. Those opportunities right there happened because he was in attack mode, 0 hesitation, was not playing around with the basketball, getting by guys. Once now the defense helps, he gets off it.
Yeah, I think the key to James is just being decisive, right? Just being decisive, being quick, and getting to it. And if he could duplicate that Game 3 in terms of how he approached that game on the offensive end, taking care of the ball, they're going to get themselves a great chance to win. He has to have